Good morning, BT and Ashley. Today I wanted to take a minute to show you some of the progress I've made in creating a template. This template is to be used for initial installations when scheduling a technician to go out and install a generator. This is a rough draft. By all means, it is not a final product. After watching this video, some of your insight will be helpful in tailoring it to fit your needs. As we go through, keep an eye out to some of the subtle changes that have happened already. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that there's Razorsync the way we see it in the office, and the right-hand side of the screen is going to be a demonstration of how the technician will see the application as well as your work order that we will be creating. You'll notice inside of my profile on the right-hand side of your screen, where we would usually create a work order, the template button now has an initial installation. This initial installation will pre-fill a summary and a description, as well as set the time from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Historically, once created, it would become an unassigned work order. Now, it'll be assigned to UBT. The purpose for this is unassigned work order versus incomplete work order tracking. Once assigned to you, you can then drag and drop to the corresponding field worker. For the purpose of this demonstration, I am using myself. The reason is, on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the phone application. Once that work order has been assigned to the proper technician or field worker, the field worker can go into their telephone and sync their device. Once the device is synced, they now have access to the work order. Over to the right-hand side of the screen, as we will go through what the field worker will see throughout their day as they use Razorsync. Under Gabe Dunlap, you will see the incomplete work order. When you click on my name, you'll notice it goes to the service request window. At the very bottom, you will see the incomplete work order. The incomplete work order is where the technician will enter all of the data throughout his day. At the very beginning of his day, under status mid-screen before they get GPS directions, they will need to mark en route. When they mark en route, it'll trigger an automated text message to the customer. This text message will tell the customer that our employee is en route to their location. This will increase communication with our customer, and it'll also decrease the technicians who claim that we have not scheduled with the customer. This will make us more efficient and will catch any internal errors inside of the office. Once the technician says he is en route, he can then click on the address, which will then give him directions to the property. Once the technician has arrived, he will then go back inside of the work order and he will change his status to on site. As you can see, this will auto-generate another text message to the customer. It'll let the customer know that the field worker has arrived at the location. This will trigger the customer to come outside, or at least start the process of being ready to come outside, thus eliminating any possible delay because they are drinking coffee in the shower or need time to get dressed. If we scroll down, you'll notice there's a preloaded service form. This preloaded service form is important because of the lack of data that we get from the field worker while on site. As we go through, note that any of these line items can be eliminated, changed to required, or altered to fit the need that you need inside of the office. As we scroll through, you can see the technician will then need to fill out the form. Anything with an asterisk will be a required field. If it is a required field, he cannot complete the work order until that field data has been entered. To give you an example of how this form will work, when the technician clicks the Fill Form button at the top of the screen, he is then allowed to take pictures. If you can see under Transfer Switch Photo 1, he can then click on it, click on the camera, and then proceed to take a picture of the transfer switch. Once he takes a picture of the transfer switch, he can then click the Use Photo button, which will then automatically upload the photo into the determined transfer switch photo location. Once he clicks Done, that photo will now be included in the service form. Once all the required form entry points are met, he can then click the Done button and change his status to completed or incompleted depending on the status of the project.